Hi guys, I'm Ashutosh and today I'm back with another tutorial on creating a documentation website for your open source or any other project. So many a times people want to create a website for just to demonstrate the API or the description of that project, whatever the project is about, like machine learning or web or any other kind of project. And for that they want to create a documentation website. And it is not easy to create a website from scratch. So there are many templates, documentation templates available already on the internet, and we can use them as a boilerplate to create our own documentation website. So one of such template is SmoothDoc. It is built on Gatsby. You may know Gatsby. It is a framework of React, and it supports different things. Like, one of the best advantage of Gatsby is that it supports MDX. MDX is a markdown format, so you can if you don't want to write a code, or if you are not familiar with the code that much, you just have to use some kind of defined format to write some code, and you can other things you can directly just write as a markdown format, just as you write the GitHub readme documentation. And it supports light and dark theme. You can see here it supports different kinds of color. It has a very flexible documentation on how to install and how to customize the website and things. So in this video we are going to build our very own documentation website using SmoothDoc. So to create a boilerplate template for a documentation website from SmoothDoc, we'll just follow the instructions given in the documentation. So we'll first clone the project from Gatsby CLI. So here the website name or the folder name which it will create will be the website. Instead of that, we want to create it as a test documentation. So we'll change the name as test doc. After the basic boilerplate of documentation project is created, open up the project in Visual Studio Code or any other editor, and first we'll visualize first we'll take a look at the structure of the files that are there in the code of boilerplate. So we can say that we can see that we have package.json. Since this is a React app, so we definitely will have a package.json file. It has name, scripts and dependencies for a basic boilerplate to run. Also it has a Gatsby config.js, so you can have your own document, your own project and name and description, as well as the URL that you want to give for your documentation. For the pages, all the pages which your documentation will have, all that information will be there in the pages directory. So you can see that there are a subdirectory in the pages, that is docs, and there is one more file that is index.mdx. So let's go back to the browser and let's see what these things mean. So there is a home page of our documentation. So this home page, or the number of pages that you want to define, it will come in the pages directory directly as a .mdx file, and the pages defined and the .mdx files defined in the docs directory in the pages directory will come as a tabular format in the documentation. So let's say these things like getting started will be a .mdx file in the docs directory, and the file corresponding to this page, the parent page, will be there in the pages directory and not in the docs directory. So if you open the index.mdx in which is there in the pages directory, we'll see that it has some code. So it has already predefined many containers and many React components, so that you can directly give image, you can give information and it will load your website, or it will directly reflect in your website. And there is one more directory, that is images. So all the images required by your documentation website will go here in this directory. We also have node modules, but we all know that we have to install some dependencies, and those dependencies will be stored in node modules, so that is not of our interest. Now let's run this website. And take a look at how it looks. So first what we'll do is, first we'll install the dependencies and see whether all the required dependencies are there or not. Okay, so all the dependencies required to run this application is already there. Now we'll go into a package.json and we'll see the script. So we know that we have 3 scripts: develop, build and serve. As of now, we just want to see our website locally, so we'll run develop. To run develop, I will execute the command npm run develop. Internally, it will execute the command get speed develop, and it will start the local server, and it will open up the website. So when the local server is loaded, it will give you a URL of your local host where the website is hosted in your local system. So you can press command click or control click on Windows to open up the website in your browser. So now you can see that we have opened up our website. It is available in both light and dark mode, and this is the first page which we have. If you want to open up the documentation, so you can click on browse docs, and it will give you a basic documentation that the boilerplate has. Now let's try to customize the website for our own project. So let's say I am creating a project for machine learning, and it classifies the text. So my project name will be text classifier. So I have changed package name in package.json. Then I will go to getspeakconfig.js, and I will change the name of the project. I will make it as text classifier. I will give a description as classify any text at scale. As of now, I don't want to give a URL for my documentation website because I don't have one. But if you have a URL or a domain already created, then you can put that in here. Now let's go back to the browser and see what it has changed. So if you can look at it, we can notice that nothing is changed in the website, because the website is only depends upon the code and in the markdown files given in pages directory. So let's go into pages directory and open up index.mdx. Now we'll change some things here. So first we'll change the title or the title text for our website. So I'll make that to classify any text. Sorry, I have to make it classify any text at scale, and I will give a description as deep learning based text classification system trained on almost every language. So this is our title and the description of our project. Now if we go back to the browser and if we see, it has changed. Like the main page, which was defining a different thing, now it has changed to classify any text at scale, and it is also giving me the description as well. You can go into the images. And you can change the hero background.png to change this image to any other image that you want. Also, if you can go and change the logo for light and dark to change this default logo to your own logo for your website. Now let's change but if you go into browse docs, it will give you the default documentation. Now let's change this default documentation to something that we can customize. So again I will go to pages, and then this time I'll go into the docs, and inside there it will be a file of same index.mdx. so go to there and you will find a documentation. So here I will remove this line and I will start giving my own descriptions. So I will give, I am starting to build my own documentation website. And if you go back to the, and after saving this file, if you go back to the your local documentation website, and if you see, it will get reflected in that documentation site. So you can see I am starting to build my own documentation website. So the main purpose of using Gatsby theme for creating static websites is because it supports component shadowing. So let's go back to the SmoothDoc documentation, and let's say by default it gives me this purplish kind of theme for my documentation website. But if I want to change that theme, how can I change that? So let's go back to SmoothDoc documentation and let's look at how we can change that. So here you can see a tab which is customize theme, so you can scroll down and you can see that it supports component shadowing. So like many people, if you don't know what is component shadowing, I will highly recommend you to watch any YouTube video on component shadowing. But in very vague definition, it means that it is overriding the default behavior of the website. And so SmoothDoc supports these many default themes like red and orange, yellow, purple, indigo, green. So by default the theme is purple, but let's say I want to change that to green. So how can I change that? So you can see that directly it has given me this code which I can directly put into source SmoothDoc and theme.js, and my theme will get changed. So let's do that. So first let's copy this code, go to our project in Visual Studio Code, create an empty directory with name source, create another empty directory in the same directory with the name SmoothDoc, and in that new directory create a file named theme.js. In that theme.js we'll paste the code which you have copied, and we'll change the primary color from red to green. After shadowing the component, we have to restart our local server and our local website. So I will do the same. I will run npm run develop again. So it will give me the URL of the website again. Open up the website in the browser, and if you go to the docs, now you can see that it has a green theme, and you can see that using by the color in this type. Here it won't change because the by default logo for that this website is set into an images folder. So if you want to change that, you have to change the logo manually, and then you have to put that logo in the images folder of the website, and then it will change. So if you want to customize the website more, SmoothDoc documentation provides you the complete detail of which components you can shadow, or if you want to change the theme and you don't want to select a default theme, then you can add your own theme, and which colors you can add, how you can generate these 10 different kinds of colors, and all these things you can find into a SmoothDoc documentation. It will also give you kind of code which you can directly put into your MDX file to generate a very pretty good documentation. So please check out smoothdoc.com. I have given the link into the description box below. And after you completely develop your documentation website, here in package.json we have the option to create a production build for your documentation website, and also to see that build using the serve as script. And if you want to know more about how you can deploy your documentation website or any kind of website completely for free, then I have given my YouTube video link in the description box below. You can check out that video and you can host your website completely for free. So that's it for today, guys. I'll be back with another tutorial next weekend. Till then, stay safe.